changes, and things really are getting better. And to me, this is one of those high point days where we can all look back and see how far we've come, and take courage that we can continue, because we still got a long way to go. But this is a great day. So it's later, I'm proud to be here. But finally, I would just say this: as a citizen, as a 67-year-old citizen, I have walked through some of these times. I have recollections and memories that are personal to me of things I have seen, of times in which I grew up, and times that have changed. So just as a citizen, I want to say thank you to these honorees as we recognize them for what they did, for the love of baseball, which inspired them to play, which set an example for all of us. And I just wanted to say thank you personally to each and every one of you. Gordon, do you want me to start now reading these plaques and call these folks up in order, or are there other people that want to make remarks before we do?
Both men.
Gordon is asking me and giving me the honor and privilege of reading these plaques. So as I do, I'll call out the name, and if the honoree, if that particular honoree would come forward at that point in time, and then they'll unveil the plaque for you on the wall. In honor of Negro League Baseball Lemuel Hawks, October the 2nd, 1895 through August the 10th, 1934. Negro League baseball player. Born in Macon, Georgia, Mr. Hawkins played for the Kansas City Monarchs, the Chicago Giants, and the Chicago American Giants as a pitcher and first baseman. Hawkins was the first baseman for the Kansas City Monarchs during the 1924 Negro League World Series. And obviously this is given posthumously to Mr. Hawkins. Marion Sugar Cane, February the 4th, 1914. Born in Macon, Georgia, Mr. Marion King was a right-handed pitcher and doubled in the outfield. He started his career with the Pittsburgh Crawfords and went on to the Brooklyn Royal Giants and the Oakland Larks. In 1959, Kane combined duties as playing manager of the Kansas City Monarchs. In the fall and winter of 1960, Kane had a final season of barnstorming as he took the mound for Hank Aaron, Negro League All-Stars. Mr. Marion Sugar King. In honor of Negro League Baseball, Robert Scott.
Robert Scott. Robert Scott. Robert Scott.
June the 22nd, 1930. Born in Macon, Georgia, Mr. Scott was a pitcher with the Macon Braves and Macon
Yes.
the New York Black Yankees.
Yes.
Finally, in 1950, he played with the Jackie Robinson All-Stars.
Wow.
And finally, in honor of Negro League Baseball, Ernest Fan, July 24, 1943. Big dog. Born in Macon, Georgia, Mr. Ernest Big Dog.
Yes.
Attended Ballard Hudson High School and led his baseball team to state championships in 1961 and 62. He was a catcher and a pitcher, and he played with the Brunswick Cardinals, Daytona Beach Bees, the Atlanta Black Crackers, and the Raleigh Tigers.
All
Mr.
right.
Ernest Fan.
Yes.
We salute these gentlemen and applaud them for their efforts, and I'm proud to be with them.
Like, don't put me at this mic.
I don't know what to say.
I'm really cold. I'm gonna say, I'm so thrilled to be here today. It was very nice. So I'm really enjoying myself. And I hope we get in another 85 years. And to do the same thing again. I appreciate you being here. You all enjoy yourself. And I'm so happy to see so many people that
Such impact.
enjoy
It's
themselves.
such impact.
So give yourself a hand for being here.
And humble.
Baseball, I used to play when we before ball field. And I hit a few home runs to level field.
Ooh.
But then I ain't gonna talk about the one that they hit off for me. I enjoy myself, and like I say, I hope you guys enjoy yourself today, and it's been a nice day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I know how to live in Moses. Because you need to know what this young man has done.
Yes.
He uncovered two things, and I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart. First thing
Listen,
he
listen.
discovered that Macon, Georgia has 10 Negro League players.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. The second thing he discovered was that Macon, Georgia had the most talented high school baseball team in the country. In 1962, 7 high school players went to North Carolina to play Negro League baseball. This has never happened before high school. 4 out of 7 signed professional baseball contracts. 4. We almost had 5. But the scout was not what he's supposed to be. So we had 4. I was the first to sign with St. Louis Cardinals. Blue Moon Odom was the second one to sign with the Kansas City A's. And you know his legacy. Henry Hill signed with the San Francisco Giants. Tommy Williams signed with the Kansas City A's. And to think about this, one of those high school players went home to pitch Oakland A's 3 World Series. He is only a handful of pitchers that has won 3 World Series in 1 year. In 1 year. Now, Gordon doesn't realize what he uncovered. Because, you know, when you're a kid, you're playing sports, you just love to play. You don't realize what you're doing is very important. What he has learned here today, this city, these players, and my 1962 classmates
Impact.
was the most important history in this country.
Impact.
Because when the doors opened, our high school baseball team was the one last generation that opened those doors. When those doors opened, a lot of other doors opened. The door opened for him. There's no way he could do what he did without getting an education. He had, and this is what we fought so hard for. Our kids to get an education.
A good education, right?
Now,
All that money mama spent.
when he realized what he has done,
Yeah. So we don't care about our feet, right?
and this city, this mayor, his family, and Negro League history book. Because it's gonna be documented.
Right.
This gentleman here is a world famous historian. He's my guest here today. What you see here today is gonna be documented. And I love him to death for what he's done. Because this is the second such honor I received in less than a year. In Birmingham, Alabama, I was inducted into the Negro League Hall of Fame.
You need to sit down. You can sit down. Go sit next to that lady right there. Say, excuse me. Say, excuse
You're
me.
gonna see one of the most gorgeous museums in the world. I mean, it's beautiful. You're gonna see our baseball team in that museum. Nice makeup center. And what I would like to see, somebody sitting here today, do what this young man did. Take up where you left off. Go on a fundraiser. There are 6 more guys got to go on that walk. They played with me in the Little League baseball. He opened the door, so let's walk through. Because those guys deserve it. They was out there too. And what we were trying to do is open up doors for our kids, your kids, and kids of the future. It worked. But you know the sad part about the whole thing? We didn't get paid for doing it. We only got $5 a day to eat with them. That's all. But the owners got paid. Anytime you walk in a ballpark, when you see Negro League playing, there are 20,000, 30,000 people in the stand. Somebody got paid. The way we play the Negro League, the winner get 30%, the loser get 40%. Somebody got paid. But you know, the reason for it was more important. Our love for baseball.
Yes.
Our love for baseball. And if I had it to do again, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because the outcome was so horrendous. It's unbelievable. I'm going to say this and I'm through. When President Obama first term in office, the very first thing he did, he sent out an invitation to all Negro League players in this country. And he said, brought us to the White House. And that was a proud moment of my life, sitting before Congress. And he thanked us for holding that door for him.
Wow.
We need to realize the outcome of Negro League baseball. It started back in 1918. 1918. They started playing in 1920. Started out with 4 teams and ended up with 15. And we went around the country to show Major League Baseball that we could play. And that we deserved to play professional baseball. They did everything they could to keep us out. But when my high school team that last year in 1962, when they saw that we were aggressive, we wasn't going to take no for them. They opened them doors. So ladies and gentlemen, let's add Nathan, this young man,
Yes.
his
To the history book.
my class, you in the Negro League history book.
Yes.
Let's add it to it. Let's go out and put those other guys
On the wild too.
on this rock. They deserve it. This ain't this city. Nobody in this city knew that this much history laid here. It's been laying here since 1962. We need to do something about it. This is my hometown. I live right now, I live in Birmingham. But this is where I was born. And I love my city and the people that's in it. So I want to thank Cohen, and I want to thank the mayor. You played an important part of this. You're the city official. If you didn't support him, this wouldn't have happened.
That's right.
This guy did an out.
Standing job. Look at it. He's so humble. He's so sweet.
Thank you everyone again for being a part of this ongoing ceremony. And please join us in the round voting.
I'm sorry, baby. All right. Cry baby auntie. Yeah.
Proud auntie.
Yeah. Gordon. Uncle Gordon.
That's the Eagles. That's the Eagles. That's how you do it.